Hello, freak bitches. There's so many fighters that are like that, right? Like Conor is kind of a good example of that. Conor is fantastic in the beginning of a fight.
Right.
But, man, he gets to them third, fourth, and fifth rounds, and he takes, like, the Nate Diaz fight, the second fight.
He becomes human.
He turned and walked away from him.
He becomes very human.
He needed that break so badly. When you see that, do you think that that is a case of, and I don't want you to give away too much because, you know, George potentially wants to fight Conor.
Right.
Do you think that that's a case of poor conditioning? Do you think that is a lack of experience in handling those moments because he's so used to overwhelming people and taking them out early? What do you think that is?
I think it's partly genetic.
Really?
Yes, because you see, I call it the touch of death. You know, he's got that left hand. It's the touch of death.
Yeah.
That touch of death comes at a cost. Okay, how do you have the touch of death? Where does power come from? Okay, well, if you look at Michael Kogan, what we were talking about earlier, he has the criteria for power. To the best of his knowledge, this is where he believes power comes from. Okay, so I can't teach Usain Bolt to be powerful. I can only make him faster. But where did that initial power come from? Number one on the list, is where your muscle is attached to your bone. It's genetic. So Tyson he has a powerful left hook, not because his coach taught him how to hit a left hook. He could have hit a left hook like that if he had a mediocre trainer. It has to do with the leverage of his bones. So, for instance, you know, if I'm gonna imagine I had like a really heavy pole that weighs 100 pounds, and I want to stand it up. Well, depending on where I grab it, I'm gonna have more resistance or less resistance. If I grab it near the end, I have more leverage. So, where your muscles attached to your bone is gonna dictate how much leverage you get out of it. Second most important element is the type of muscle fiber you have. The type. So, if you have a fast twitch muscle fiber, you can hold less oxygen, but it can twitch faster, hence the name. So if you're a slow twitch muscle fiber guy, you can metabolize more oxygen, but you can't twitch as fast. So there's a give and take.
Nick Diaz.
Exactly. So you have a guy, Nick Diaz, who needs to knock you out with volume.
Yeah.
He can't knock you out with one shot. Like, look at BJ Penn. If round one, he doesn't knock you out, likelihood of knocking you out in round two is less.
Right.
Diaz is the opposite. The likelihood of him knocking you out in round three is higher than round one.
Yeah.
Because of the cumulative attack.
Yeah.
McGregor, look at his stats. It's all round one knockout, round two knockout. He's fast twitch, high leverage, left hand.
Yeah.
If you take him into deep waters, his fast twitch muscle fibers cannot metabolize. Look at him with Mayweather. Mayweather's so smart. He let him work. He let McGregor work for 3 rounds.
Yeah.
And you're getting excited. Keep working. Keep working. And when you have nothing left, I'm going to put you out. You know, that was such a brilliant strategy.
It was. And it was so obvious how much more efficient he was.
Exactly.
You know, and more relaxed. Conor had his moments early in the fight where he hit him with some unorthodox punches and some weird movement. But after a while, it was just...
I found both of them had a brilliant performance because what McGregor did to go in his world.
Oh, incredible.
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
Just